Hi. If you live in a state or city that has been affected by the recent Supreme Court decision in Dobbs, and you are concerned about your options related to women's health and pregnancy, you might want to watch this video. My name is Erica Casada York. I am a certified nurse midwife in Brooklyn, New York, here at Professional Gynecological Services. I just want to talk a little bit about different options that are available to anyone who is concerned about a current unplanned pregnancy or about risk of unplanned pregnancy. The first thing that I want to talk about, of course, is availability of contraception. When I say contraception, I mean anything that you can do to prevent becoming pregnant. So that includes things that you might commonly think of, like birth control pills or patches or other devices like that. It includes birth control injections. It includes devices like an IUD, which is an intrauterine device, or an implant in your arm. Things like an IUD or an implant will last for several years, between 3 to 10 years, depending on which option you would choose. That would be something that you wouldn't have to worry about continuing to take on your own or returning to a healthcare provider. It would be something that you could have one time and then not have to worry about it for several years or until you are ready to become pregnant. So first thing absolutely is to keep in mind, what is your plan for contraception? What is your plan for prevention of pregnancy in the first place? There are also several options available in terms of emergency contraception. Emergency contraception is anything that you are doing after the fact to attempt to avoid a pregnancy. So maybe you were using a condom, but the condom broke. Maybe you meant to use a condom and forgot to. Maybe you realized the morning after that you hadn't taken your pills in a couple of days and you're worried about what's going to happen now. The most famous example of emergency contraception is Plan B, which is a one-time pill that is available over the counter in all 50 states. In some states and some cities, if you are under 18, you need a prescription for it, but in many states and cities, it is available over the counter at all ages. Plan B, you take once, one time, as soon as possible in the first 5 days after unprotected sex. There are other brands that are similar to Plan B. You do not have to have the name brand of Plan B. Unfortunately, in a lot of locations, pharmacies are selling out of Plan B. I would definitely recommend speaking to your healthcare provider about the possibility of getting a prescription so that you can have that on hand just in case you need it. Keep it in your bedroom, keep it in your purse, keep it in your bag, so that if you do need it, you have it and you know that you're not going to be scrambling for that in the middle of the night or all weekend long. There are other methods of emergency contraception that are available. There is another prescription-only one-time pill called Elaprestol or Ella. This is something that is not appropriate for every person, which is why it's not available over the counter, but it is appropriate for many people. And so that's also worth bringing up with your healthcare provider just at your next routine visit, just to see, is that something that I can get a prescription for and keep on hand? Am I someone that can use this medication? Also available for emergency contraception are IUDs themselves. Both hormonal and non-hormonal IUDs can be inserted within the first 3 to 5 days after unprotected sex or a broken condom, and those are extremely effective at preventing pregnancy. They are, in fact, more effective than the pills. Unfortunately, you do have to go through the trouble of making an appointment and getting in to see a provider. But then if you like the idea of using an IUD as your birth control method, you've got that all set and you're ready to go for several years. If you don't want an IUD and you can't find a quick one pill alternative at your pharmacy, you can definitely speak with your healthcare provider about the possibility of using regular birth control pills in a higher dose as an emergency contraceptive method. This is what we used to do way back in the day before Plan B was available, that we would do a high dose of regular birth control pills. Not every birth control pill is appropriate for this. There are only certain formulations that can be used, and it does need to be done under doctor or nurse practitioner or midwife or physician assistant supervision. But that is another option. Again, if you are living in a place where Plan B is out of stock in all the pharmacies, that is something that your healthcare provider would be able to help you out with. For those of you who are concerned about an existing regarding unplanned pregnancy or are concerned about the possibility of an unplanned pregnancy. Obviously, this is something that currently is going state by state and location by location, and I urge you to check in with your local laws and local decisions from various judges and governments and courts to see what is available to you locally. I do also want to let you know that there are many states where right to all of the options for unplanned pregnancy remain available. Here at Professional Gynecological Services, we do offer family planning both with medication and with surgical procedure. Medication very early in the pregnancy through about 7 or 8 weeks, and then with surgical procedures through just under 24 weeks. So that is an option that is available to you in case you do need it. Some of you may be worried because you are planning a pregnancy and you are really hoping that everything will go well, and you are concerned that if you have certain complications with the pregnancy, that you might not have the ability to access medical care. This is something that women's healthcare providers across the country are very worried about. I share your concerns about this, and my heart goes out to you honestly. Unfortunately, this may again be a situation where you may need to go out of town or out of state to access services that you might need, including fertility services, reproductive endocrinology services, management of miscarriages, management of pregnancy complications or fetal complications. And so again, please reach out to groups in your local area, reach out to OBGYN and women's healthcare providers in your local area. Even if you are legally limited where you live currently, you do have allies in the women's health community that can help you figure out what to do next and can help you look at those next steps. Definitely keep checking back here. We do post videos from time to time about many women's health care issues, including contraception, including healthy pregnancy, including pregnancy options. And if you have any questions or thoughts or concerns, please let us know. You can leave a comment, ask a question. You can call us to schedule an appointment if you are in the area. And I hope that you are doing well. I wish you excellent health in the future, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.